bleeding help if I'd turned the flipping microphone on, wouldn't it? Right. Okay. Why I'm so exhausted every single video is because it's exhausting trying to tilt the camera in the right direction and setting up all the equipment. Hello and welcome to another ramen talk. This is August's ramen talk. Today is going to actually be something a little bit different because I am actually trying 2 ramens today. Not just one, we're eating 2 because 1, I'm mega hungry and I want some lunch, and 2, I have a lot of ramen because you cannot buy ramens in single packs. They come in a pack of 5, and like I don't eat them regularly. Like I'll eat them for ramen talks and I'll eat them if I'm feeling like I want one, but the problem is I have loads and I can't, like, nobody else likes ramen really that I know that much. And they'll like go out of date. Like they have quite a long sell by date. Like it's usually like if I buy it at the start of the year, the sell by date's usually at the end of the year. But like that doesn't seem to happen because I've had ones that are like a year old. So anyway, so today we're trying 2 different kinds. First one being this one. Obviously I've tried this flavour multiple times. It's Jajang Bokki by the company Otogi. And it's basically jjajangmyeon, as in black bean noodles. But it came in this nice little cup, so I thought I'll have to order some of those. And then the next one I'm trying are these. This is bibimen, Korean style spicy cold noodles. That's the first time we're trying cold noodles. This is what they look like. This is the first time in the history of me trying ramen that they've not given me any like vegetables, like dehydrated vegetables, so I decided to add some green onion. So this one's cold, so we're going to start with this one. So let's try some of it. Oh, I just didn't mix that in very well. Got some like proper black stuff here, so I didn't mix it in very well. Just spit all over me, that's lovely. Been a while since I've used chopsticks. Okay, well, it's all clumped together. Please get off. Let's just try it, okay. It looks mega hot. Black bean noodles, there's just something about them, you just can't beat them. Choking on a bit. Okay. So I think I'll try this one, I'll try this one, I'll try that one, and I'll finish this one first and I'll go back to that one since that one's already cold. Clean the chopsticks. Oh, the alarm's going off. Shut it. Hurry up and get burgled, God's sake. Okay, right. Let's try these. Oh, I hate this. I never ever leave enough water in there. And it all clumps together. Okay, right. The sauce smelt very spicy, so let's give it a go. Why am I blowing them? They're cold. You'd actually be surprised at how quickly the noodles cool down. I literally put them in cold water and like a second later they were cold. That's nice. Honestly, it was a shock to my system to begin with because it's cold. And I was like, oh, it's not natural. But actually, it does not matter because they just taste so nice. The sauce is nice and sweet, and I don't know how to describe the flavour because it's just what I associate with Korean like spicy sauce now. It just tastes really nice. Like gochujang. That's a nice one. That'd be nice with some, like, other veggies in here. It is bibimen, which I assume is, like, kind of similar to bibimbap. I'm in my element here because I love ramen so much, right? Let's get on to the ramen talk. Things to talk about. The first thing I have to mention before anything else is the Mingi from a tease is back. I'm so bloody excited and relieved because I for a moment I honestly thought he was going to leave because he'd been ages. But then they decided, they announced he was coming back, and I was like, it's just all going to plan because Jongyon's back, it's Mingis back. Who else is back? Hyunjin's back. That's weird. Having cold noodles and now going back to hot, that's weird. So I couldn't be more thrilled, and I'm really happy he's recovered and everything. Sorry, this is really good. Right, put it down before I eat everything. So yes, Mingi, welcome back. Hello, thanks for coming back, and we all love you. I remember watching a few tease realize while he was off, and they called him. Oh my god, you could hear the nervousness in his voice, the anxiety in his voice. He was just shy. And that's just not the Mingi that I'm used to. It just goes to show you that anxiety can affect anyone. As someone who struggled with anxiety all their life, I would never wish it on anyone. So, grateful Mingi's back. Right, it was almost a year, wasn't it? It was like October-y time of 2020. I think. Dunno. But so okay. Next thing, really important thing I have to talk about is Sades, otherwise known as my dog Sadie, right? First of all, she's completely fine, so no one worry about anything. I know no one really was worrying. I would like to mention a little story. Well, not story, it's like a couple months long agonising trauma for me. Just in case anyone else is going through this, because I believe that there's a lot more of this situation than you'd think. So for the first couple of months we had her, she was absolutely fine. Obviously, like, she was nervous and scared of everything, but her diet was fine. Like, she was eating food, we were having her treats, and then I started to notice that some of the treats I was giving her didn't agree with her, and that led to her getting a intestine infection. Pick up. So that prompted my first vet visit, which was stressful. So took her to the vet. He diagnosed that she had indeed got an intestinal infection, which she was diagnosed some antibiotics to treat the infection, because one of the nights I saw blood and I was like, oh my god, she's gonna die. I freaked out. He was like, no, it's from the infection. So we got some antibiotics to treat the infection and probiotics to stiffen up her stool, because her stool at this point was liquid. Completely liquid. And it was very mucousy and disgusting. I wanted to vomit every single time I saw it. So, infection clears up after a week or two. All's good. We have a period of about a month or a couple of weeks, a few weeks, where nothing happened and her food was fine. Then, after restricting her treats to what I know would not upset her stomach, she started doing regular diarrhea on and off, and the infection came back. Well, I think it did, but a lot of people seem to think that it didn't, even though I saw blood. There was blood and mucus in a lot of the diarrhea she was doing. So I was like, okay, we need to go back to the vet. So I went back to the vet and he gave me 2 options. He said, you can give a blood test for her, which can test for all the known allergens, because we were pretty convinced at this point that it was a food allergy, because it was really, like, when she gets stressed, she tends to do loose stool, but like that's stress and that'll go away and that'll clear up. But for some reason, she's having a reaction to something in her food. Well, what we think is something in a food, because we don't know what else it is. Because a lot of the times with this kind of situation, you don't know what's going on because you can't talk to the dog. So it could be anything. It could be the grass she's eating, but she eats the grass primarily because she likes the smell of it. Or it could be like the bowl she was eating, because a lot of dogs, some dogs, it's rare, have allergies to the metal in the bowl, which prompted me to change bowls. I now have 3 extra large cat glass bowls, because for some reason they don't make dog bowls in glass. So, because you can't be allergic to glass, can you? So I chose some 3 extra large cat bowls for her to use as her dog food bowls and water bowls. But she was still having bad reactions. So I was like, it must be the food, but I want to be sure. So I took her to the vet. He said you can either get a blood test to test for all the allergies. It would be expensive because they have to test for all known meat allergies and wheat allergies and all the allergies, which is going to cost me £230. I was like, okay, what's the other option? And the other option was to put her on a trial diet. So that's what I did. I put her on a trial diet of the most reputable diet food I could find, which was Royal Canin hypoallergenic food. She's on the wet and the dry. I would give her just wet, but that's too fatty and she doesn't like the dry on its own. So I put her on that diet food and I started a poo vlog for Sadie, where I recorded every poo she did and what she ate in the day, and I took some pictures of things that I didn't like the look of or I thought was a good example of what we were going for. So my phone is currently full of poo pictures. And pretty much the second day, her poo cleared up completely. It went back to normal. It was solid, it was nice log shapes. Sometimes it was a bit soft, but there was no blood and no mucus. So I was like, okay, it's a food allergy then. It's gotta be, absolutely gotta be a food allergy. Which confused the hell out of me because she's been on the same food since I got her from Dogs Trust and for the past like 3 months and nothing was wrong with it. And now all of a sudden she's got this food allergy to it. So it confused me. I guess it can happen because like allergies can spontaneously occur in us, I think. So I guess it can happen. But she now has a very sensitive stomach and is allergic to something in the previous food she ate. So she will now have to be on hypoallergenic food for the rest of her life, which is expensive. But she's doing really well and she absolutely loves the food that we're giving her. And I'm really happy that things worked out and that I don't have to worry anymore. I've stopped taking pictures of the poo because they've been normal. The only time she does like not normal poos is when she's stressed or when she meets like new people or a new dog for the first time, when she gets scared. I'll say that clears up pretty quickly, like instantly. She was fussy with eating anyway, and now she's just completely ultra fussy because she can't eat anything other than one food. It's really difficult on the trial diet because you're not allowed to give her anything other than the trial food. You're not allowed to give them treats. You can't lick their hands. You can't brush their teeth because of the toothpaste. You have to just give them the meals that they have, the 2 meals that I give them, and nothing else. Luckily, she's not fussed about food that much, like gagging for it. So she doesn't really care. You can get hydrolyzed protein treats. They are very difficult to find though, so yeah. So that's the story with Sades. And with that, oh my god, look at my finger. It's covered in freaking jajangmyeon sauce. But recently, as we all know, the Olympics were on. And this year I actually watched a lot of the Olympics. Not that I don't anyway, it's just I'm not into sports. So, yeah, I actually liked a lot of the Olympics I watched. I watched some of the diving, some of the swimming, some of the cycling, some of the running, athletics. One thing I struggled to find that I haven't found yet, that is one of my favourite events at the Olympics, is synchronised swimming or artistic swimming. Mainly because I just freaking love the way that the athletes come out and do like poses and stuff. It's so hilarious. And I'm also like happy to see a lot of the athletes coming out with, I'm not going to compete because I'm not mentally prepared to compete. Like, my mental health isn't great. Because the stress they must be under, especially like Simone Biles example 1-1, the stress she must be under, look, everyone calls her like the perfect gymnast and like #1 gymnast. The stress that must put you on to do well. So, regardless of what anyone says, Piers Morgan, good for them. I'm loving this. This is so nice. What other? Oh. How long have I had that around my mouth? I recently discovered that the latest myth from the anti-vaxxers is viral shedding. Sorry, viral shedding. Which basically means that they believe that if you get the vaccine, you're going to pass on the virus by simply like talking. It's going to come out of your mouth. First of all, if you're wearing a mask like you should be, the chances of that happening will decrease. Second of all, the COVID vaccine does not contain the COVID virus, because it's not a live vaccine. So, I'm struggling to see their point here. Honestly, anti-vaxxers just, if you don't want to get your kid vaxxed, or if you don't want to get vaxxed, that's completely fine. You do you. You're wrong, but you do you. But don't make up ridiculous trash like that. Honestly. Some of the things you've seen those anti-vaxxers say, like a lot of them have been saying like, oh, I'd rather not have a vaccine. I'd rather have my child exposed to the virus, to build up immunity to it, like a small part of the virus. You realise that's what a vaccine is, right? It's just so annoying. I'm almost done with this, then we'll move on to the next bowl. Do you know what? When K-pop idols say, I've eaten 3 packs of ramen, I get it, because yeah, it's unhealthy, but you just can't stop eating them. And also, like, it takes you 5 minutes because there's not much on them. Okay, I'm done with that one. Oh, that was delish. I love when you try new things and think, oh my god, I'm obsessed with that. The wildfires, can you believe it? So heartbreaking. The amount of wildfires and like climate disasters, as I want to call them, that are going on right now are ridiculous. And how many times have people told the governments of the world that this is going to happen, and they've done absolutely nothing about it? And now look what's happening. People are dying, animals are dying, ecosystems and homes are being destroyed from fires. And we've only got ourselves to blame, haven't we? So and I don't really want to stand on that anymore because, frankly, it's upsetting. Ban Chancellor is controversy. Controversy. Yes, he did a Jim Crow pose. And as you can see, he's gone behind his comedy back to apologise. He feels absolutely awful about it. I can fully believe that he didn't know what he was doing, because I studied history in school, and I studied it all the way up to A level, and I know of the Jim Crow laws. I know what they mean, I know what they symbolise, I know that it's taboo. You should not be like doing that. However, I was not aware, having studied it, I was not aware of that pose. I didn't know it was Jim Crow laws pose, Jim Crow pose. And as someone who probably did not study history that much in Korea, because obviously, first of all, he probably studied music. I can fully believe that he didn't know what it was. That does not excuse the fact that he should have apologised and that what he did was wrong. Obviously, that's completely given. But you shouldn't be tearing him down like really badly when one, he apologised, and two, he knew it was wrong. He knew what was wrong and he apologised. And you continue to hate him. There's loads of like black people who I've seen defending him because they're like, some of them say, I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, he's fully aware that racism is bad. He does not condone it, and he realises what he did was racist. He's going to learn from that. You don't need to keep bringing it up. Comebacks. The recent comebacks that I have enjoyed are... I have enjoyed SF9's latest song, Teardrop. Good song. I really like the rapper Peak Boy. He released a song called Gopo Hairstyle, which I believe is a term for Koreans who don't live in Korea's hair. I think that's what I mean. I'm not 100% sure on that verse. Which is a really good song. What else? Akmu came back with a collaboration album. And the song that I liked off of that was, what's it called? Hey Kid, Close Your Eyes. That's such a great song. So one thing you can't do with these, because they're so sticky, you can't slurp them. What else? Obviously Twice released Perfect World album, which I already talked about because it's a great song and it was released earlier. Tease came back with their first Japanese album with Dreamers. What else? Dreamcatcher came back with a summer holiday album with the title Because, which I thought was a really great song, which I was just under the impression that they'd do a summery song, which obviously I was completely wrong, wasn't I? Who else? Okay, that was it for July. Not that many in July. I was a bit disappointed. Okay, we've had some good ones so far. Somi's song Dum Dum, she came out with Dum Dum. I like the chorus. It's not my favourite song, but I like the chorus. Golden Child came out with a second full album, Game Changer. And I like their title track, Ram Pam Pam, and the song Fanfare. Astro came back with their 8th mini album, Switch On. What else? Weekly came back with their 4th mini album, Play Game. Rocket Punch did a Japanese album, and a group called Skyle debuted, and they debuted with a song called Fly Up High, and I really like that song. It's a really good song. Sunmi's just come back with You Can't Sit With Us, and it's like my new favourite song, and I'm obsessed with it. I really like that song. I don't know how Sunmi does it, she just completely kills it every single time. It's like, I think it's my favourite Sunmi song now. So, you know. I don't know whether she was like directly referencing Mean Girls, but that's a Mean Girls reference, right? And as I'm recording this today, Hyo's come back with a second single. ONF's come back with a summer pop-up album. The Boys came back with their album Thrilling. Comebacks to look forward to. MCND tomorrow. What else? Hyolyn and Dasam from Sister are reuniting for a song called Summer or Summer. Boy Story are doing something. Aren't they from JYP? Like, aren't they like them? I've not heard them do anything for ages. And finally, we've got Red Velvet coming back on the 16th of August with their mini album Queen Donut. I'm so excited for it. Six are also coming back. TXT are also coming back. Gravity's coming back. T1419 are coming back. Stray Kids are coming back, guys. With their album No Easy, which are cleverly disguised as the title as Noisy, because that's what people say about them. The songs are just noise. No, they're not. And I'm really excited. I've already pre-ordered it, so just expect that when it comes. So, you know. And I swear to God that I saw some kind of image for a Tease's Zero Fever Part 3. I swear to God I saw it, but I cannot find a reference to that anywhere. So I think I just made that up. Brave Girl's coming back again with a repackaged album. Very, Very coming back. Who else? Twice are releasing a first full English song called The Feels, and it looks amazing. And they're going to release that in September. So we're all looking forward to that. And that's, I think, all I've got to talk about today. I've still got some noodles left, so I'll just have a few more bites and I'll finish this off later. So thanks very much for joining. I had a lot of fun because the noodles were amazing. I'm gonna go now. Ugh, my lips. Actually, compared to what my lips look like, I don't feel that spice at all, really. It is spicy, but like nothing you can't handle. So, oh, look at my lips. Look like I've got orange lipstick on. Okay, I'm gonna go, bye. If you see that in the next video, it's because I've filmed them together. So if you see I've got some orange lipstick on in the next video, it's just spicy sauce. Okay, bye, I'm gonna go.